On August 21, 2019, a fully loaded passenger plane was flying normally when a sudden violent explosion shook the entire fuselage. In an instant, the aircraft lost balance and began spiraling uncontrollably toward the ground. The captain reacted on instinct, fighting the controls with all his strength. But before he could regain stability, the out-of-control plane slammed into a mountain slope. The impact caused even more catastrophic damage, and the aircraft lurched downward again, this time plunging straight toward the sea. Everything happened in mere seconds. The captain felt his heart tighten in shock as the ocean rushed closer, but with a final desperate maneuver, he managed to pull the aircraft back from disaster just moments before it hit the water. Hovering only a breath above the waves, he stared at the vast ocean below, overwhelmed with fear of what almost happened. A few seconds later, and the plane would have crashed at a speed no one could have survived. However, the nightmare was far from over. The explosion and violent impacts had ravaged the fuselage. Both engines were burning, barely rotating, and the plane was rapidly losing power. No matter how many times the captain tried to increase altitude, the aircraft refused to climb. Inside the cabin, terror spread like wildfire. The violent spinning had thrown some passengers from their seats. Overhead bins burst open, sending heavy suitcases crashing down and injuring many. The aisles were filled with debris and wounded passengers screaming in pain. The entire cabin was in complete chaos. Yet, through the panic, the captain remained focused, gripping the controls as he fought to keep the damaged aircraft steady. More than 300 lives depended on it, but the situation was deteriorating quickly. The plane wasn't climbing at all. It was sinking lower and lower, inching closer to the sea once again. The captain's expression grew darker. At this rate, the aircraft would hit the water within moments. Just as despair threatened to take over, the communication system crackled to life. A message came through. There was a platform on the sea not far ahead, an emergency landing site. The captain immediately shifted his focus. With every ounce of skill he had, he guided the crippled aircraft toward the coordinates. Despite the failing engines and damaged structure, he managed to align the plane and descend steadily toward the platform. With a final masterful maneuver, the aircraft touched down safely and rolled to a stop. Against all odds, the emergency landing was a success. Stay tuned for the next episode.